I think it was because all those people
Yes.
were trying to, and it won't let more than two people.
You
Oh,
know what? Okay, so this is okay. I'm just gonna jump in. I know it's your show, but I'm not like taking over, but I just
go
gotta have,
ahead, because
I
yeah,
just need to say something. This is so when, like how you get very centered, grounded, and you need to do this. And so when people say, how often do you need to ground yourself? All the freaking time. There's no exceptions because like right before I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this and this, take care of family. And guess what? The universe or the energy started detouring me. And
mm,
before you know it, I was getting flustered. Oh my God, what do I do?
wait
And
a
at
minute,
that,
not just here. Oh, I wonder. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. First thing, I get to the health club this morning, and I don't have my wallet, so I don't have my card to get in. So she has to print me a temporary one. So then I'm in the lane coming home, and I go, "Oh, I was supposed to go to the grocery store. I need mashed potatoes for dinner." Right? So I go all the way around because I'm in the wrong lane. I get to the
yeah,
store. I buy a whole bunch of stuff, not just
yeah,
potatoes. And then I go, wait a well, first of all, I went all the way home and
yeah,
said, oh no, I need to go to the store. I was in my driveway. So I
yeah,
backed out, went to the store. Then I get
yeah.
there. Wait, after I got everything, I didn't have my wallet. So I had to say, can you hold this stuff? Come all the way home, get my wallet, and go back. And then this.
Dr. Lauren, tomorrow I believe is a full moon. Well, guess what? The stuff before the full moon, if people who are sensitive and aware, things are just like we're more in tune and things are just got to go with the flow. But when like before I got in, I said, okay, God, I surrender, right? And we talked a lot, and I know you talk a lot about
I
surrender.
sure
I'm
do.
gonna just surrender because I don't understand this. No logical
Let it
sense comes through
be.
it. Let's just do it and see what the universe, and within 5 minutes, bam.
Do you, is it Mercury retrograde?
I'm not, this is not my area of expertise, but there's definitely something funky here
I'm
going
gonna
on.
ask Alexa. Alexa, when is the next Mercury
Oh,
retrograde? She's she said April 1st. Oh, but you know what? Look at the numbers today. 2222024.
exactly.
So
So very good. I'm, it's always good, right? Everything is working out for me. So it shall be the way it is.
that's how I feel. Well, here we are. Welcome. Because
Thank
the
you.
last time you were supposed to be here, I got called to go do something somewhere and
And
I
it
had to
was a
fly out.
winter storm.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah. And that's why you literally had to cancel the date. Well, not like cancel, reschedule, but like, you got to go. I got to go. Yeah.
And so I waited all this time. Then remember, I was going to get someone to substitute for me.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
decided, no, we want to do it. And then here we are. So let's get going. What time is it? 8:19. Oh my goodness.
18.
Well, these are good. Let's just say this, you guys. Get ready for some powerful minutes between now and the top of the hour. So divine timing is the only timing that I care about. So let's get going. Yana, I didn't get a chance to read your bio or anything, so I'm gonna dip out and let you say hello and get this party started. Start your own vibe with everybody, and I'll pop back in. All
Hi,
you.
everyone. And again, sorry for the confusion, or not sorry. It is what exactly where we are supposed to be always. I am the alignment facilitator and a transformation coach, and I've been in practice over 25, 26 years, aka my age now, you can tell. But uh, my really focus and the goal is to bring the awareness into everyone's life who is ready. And I think this is the key. You got to be ready for change, and you need to be ready enough to be uncomfortable. So I'm not there to baby you. I'm not there to heal you. You're doing all the power. You're doing all the creation. All I'm just keeping you
I want
that
that.
we all can do, which allows us to be connected to our true, authentic self in discovery of it.
And now your internet's starting to pop in and out. It's just woo, girl. So look, let's go. I know exactly where I want to
We're
go first.
powerful.
We
We're just
really
too
are.
powerful.
We really are for real. And like that press trajectory TV. I didn't put that. Oh, anyway, I'm leaving it alone. So listen, let's go to. I want to start with because you have a lot of modalities. Um, I was on your website and I've been waiting for this day. But can we talk? Can we start by talking about body awareness?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
The
because I
body,
mean,
I mean,
we hear body language, but
yeah.
it's not the same thing as body awareness. And that's a real thing. When I went into YouTube, I saw a lot of people had clips about
Mhm.
body awareness. I was like, where have I been?
Right,
So take that one and launch it for us so we can start
right.
somewhere.
So without going into the too much of the energy mumbo jumbo, I really want to just bring into the reality. We are a spirit in the physical body manifesting. So we have legs, we have arms, we have senses. And the question is, what is it all for, right? We can do things, we can walk around, but it's really given to us so we can experience life to the fullest through
Mm,
your walk, through your movement and energy and emotion is life. It's a source. And it always reminds us to be connected to the source. So my focus and my goal is really to bring the being into the awareness of really who they are. So let's say there are imbalances in the body. You have neck pain or your stomach hurts or you just, so instead of just saying, oh, it's something I ate, oh, it's something I did, you stop and you listen and you become truly invertedly aware of what is the message and the signal that's coming to you because it's coming actually through
through
you.
you. Yep.
Absolutely. And
Yep.
it comes so you can reflect. This doesn't come in so you can dismiss it. And the messages will become bigger and stronger and the louder until you actually realize that in each discomfort or a symptom, there is a core, there is a true connection to why it is the way it is and what is it actually teaching you. Believe it or not, as hard as it is, every symptom and imbalances, no matter how physically painful they are, they're always teaching us something about us, always about us.
Oh, that's a key point. It's teaching us something about self.
Yes.
So,
So
okay.
I know you were saying something that you need to have an appointment to go to get your physical, right? Or
Oh, my colonoscopy that's
I
coming
know,
up.
so I just like kind of heard it. So again, if this is a perfect example, what and how this experience is for my greatest good. What am I here to hear? What am I here to understand? And can I surrender? And that is the hardest thing that we as humans with free will really, really struggle. We want to be in control. We want to be here. We want, even today, this morning, I wanted to show up 10 minutes before, but the universe said, no, you're going to
Yeah.
go through your own experience. So then you can show that you're human and you're going to surrender. So surrendering when it's painful physically or uncomfortable emotionally, mentally, it is the key to truly being healed.
I agree. Because think about it. That was an example in real time this morning. I could have sat there and kept going, trying to, well, here, there's the doorbell again. They're here. Da, 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 da,
You would
da.
have the rings
And,
in your
and then,
ears after that.
right. And then I got the download. No, end that broadcast and start a different one, fresh. And it's
Absolutely.
going to work. And I did. But if I had held on, I wouldn't have been able to surrender, which led
Yeah.
to being here. But I want to
The
ask you this.
path, exactly, the path of least resistance.
Distance.
That's what the highest self, and we wanted our way, this way, the highway. But maybe the most easiest path is just stop, ask, reflect, pause, and you might have a side door and
Right.
it might just open up for you, but you will never know if you keep pushing. And usually, let's be honest, our as humans, right, our physical body starts giving us kind of reflection like, hey, I'm in pain, my migraine, insomnia, headache. And I mean, and I'm not even going to go into more deeper emotional or mental disbalances that we're dealing or our families or kids dealing nowadays. So it's really comes down to one: what is the body revealing and what is the message that you are not willing to hear?
Mm, that's powerful. I want to ask this. Do you think it's possible? I don't. Um, no, to surrender while you're still standing on fear. How can you
Okay,
surrender if
that
you're
is a
afraid?
very good question. I love this question because that's something I've asked myself. So technically, the time, if you look at the history or even your own experience, when do you surrender? When it's up to the top, when you are going through such a painful time where you can say, that's it. I'm willing to whatever I need to do just to figure this out, to fix this problem or to get better or whatever I need to do. It's got to be so extreme. It gets you so high up on the ladder to the point of where you're so extremely uncomfortable. What you do at that moment, people say, God, I surrender. Take over from now. And that click is truly transformation. There you go.
I know, I see yours.
I have a
You
lot.
got
I
a
don't know
lot of
where the
them.
camera.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. So, and that's truly is really what becomes the transformation step to the healing journey, whether it's mental, emotional, relationship, dimensional, or financial.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I got something for you because
Mm.
you're a great coach, and I've been all up inside your cookies, looking around in there, and I see what you do. I want you to take us here. A lot of us don't realize that we're sabotaging our own growth, our own healing, due to lack of consistency. I always tell people you cannot have a shared custody agreement with purpose.
Oh, that's a
you,
good one.
you cannot. You can't pick it up on holidays and weekends. You must
Mhm.
be doing your best as consistently as is your best. Talk about that.
It,
And then
yeah, it's not
we're going to
good.
get into the work you do with women, primarily women, right?
And men
And
and
well,
children.
I wondered about that because all the pictures on your website show a bunch of women. I
I'm
was looking in
sorry.
the
I know we're revising the website, so I'm definitely going to say I help all who's ready.
okay, because I was like, well, clearly she has a thing against men, so I won't bring us up. But I'm glad to hear you do, everybody. But let's talk about that. Let's talk about what I just said.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is truly my favorite belief, not the topic, because it's the life. You know, I live my life work. I don't work it.
Mm,
So I believe the truly key to anything for you to accomplish in your life and to be the true authentic self, you must be willing to be uncomfortable. And only through the process of commitment you will truly overcome. Why? Because let's think about the program, right? We all have those programs. What? By the age of 5, we're
yeah,
fully developed and we're just in the habitual state, correct? So 97% of our life, stop for a second and ask, how happy are you? Mentally, emotionally, relationship, I mean, just physically, 3 areas, right? Don't need to
yeah.
go deep. And you will say, 40, 50, 60%. Well, guess what? 97 of that percent is the program. So, in order for us to shift, to transmute a habit, a pattern, we need to come up with a new pattern. And guess what? How long does it take for a new pattern? Well, some statistics science say 21 days. I believe it's 80 days, at least
80.
80 days. Yeah.
Why do you say that? Where'd you get that number?
From the divine.
Okay.
So if you go for the 21, like they say, the exercise, let's start easy.
Great.
Everybody before New Year, resolution, come on. How many people do that? I'm going to get better. I'm going to work out. I'm going to go to gym every day. How long does it really, at what day? So let's say you go for 21 day. Now, on your day 30, on your day 40, if you're consistent, you're going to start having an old pattern if it's not so, right? So, if you're not used
Right.
to it, the old pattern's going to start creeping in, saying, you can skip. It's all right. You're too tired. You're sick. Look at you. So, it needs the body adaptation of integration to the information. The body does not respond as quick as our soul can. It
Mm,
needs process of integration, which is embodiment, where the new data or new information gets processed and stored in the body. And through the time, it actually becomes incorporated into it. So then it becomes a true live life where you are versus just doing things because your mind or your brain saying, hey, do it because it sounds or feel good. So habit, pattern,
Yeah.
and commitment and integrity, which is the honesty, needs to be before you.
I agree. Now, there. One thing, and I was looking over here because I had my little heater and it oscillates and it wouldn't move. It was just stuck. And I had to turn it off and turn it back on for it to start moving. I was like, what in the world? So anyway, um, um, I wanted to now. What was the last thing you just said?
I don't remember.
I know. I'm like, thank God it wasn't just me. No. Okay. So
It's not you. When I download, sometimes I download. I don't
it just
use
comes
my.
through. I get it. But I want to say this. Consistency and okay, there's people who do cookie cutter.
Right.
They're just doing it out of habit. It's like a zombie or take me to your leader. But there's a difference when you're creating, you're practicing. Like you practice yoga, you practice law, you practice medicine. You're constantly learning. It's changing and evolving as you're consistent. Now, people that just
Absolutely.
go same cookie cutter thing, that's not the same. That kind of
Absolutely not.
consistency is
Absolutely not. Because what it is truly, it's coming from your mind. In order for change of any kind of, again, an area, physical, mental, emotional, to change, there has to be brain and heart coherency.
mhm.
If there is not, you're just in the ego. You're pushing the ego in. That's it. It's all ego driven. So I want to lose 20 pounds because I'm going to look good. I'm going to find a person. I'm going to feel attractive versus I want to lose weight because it's going to make me feel good.
See,
This is what so your focus, your intention, it comes before commitment.
and I have another piece for that. And I agree 100%. But another thing is, and I believe this through and through, is a lot of people don't understand the difference between when you're manifesting through want versus manifesting through need. When,
Absolutely.
if I say I want to lose 20 pounds, usually around the corner, I've gained it. Why? Because that's the equivalent of a wish list. But when I say,
Exactly.
you know what? I can barely breathe coming up and down these stairs. I need to lose some weight. Well, that means that that's a part of a plan because now I know,
Exactly.
well, what do I need to do to lose the
And it's
weight
a
that I
part of
want?
the bigger picture too.
Right.
So it's not for your satisfaction of.
It's the
It's
plan.
truly correct. It's truly encompassing all other elements because you do know by me saying that I will have to be uncomfortable to be comfortable, right? You're going to have to work out. You got to
Right.
get up in the morning. You got to make yourself coffee. You got to go in the car. The weather is good, bad, whatever. So you have to get there, which is going to make you feel uncomfortable. But you're also understanding that I am doing it for the bigger picture. But what you're not doing, you're not specifying specific what you want because that's not surrender. And that's where people actually fall short.
We were talking about this yesterday on the show about manifesting too specifically, praying,
Exactly.
praying too specifically, because now you're not flexible to the greater will.
Exactly.
It's my way or
Exactly.
the highway.
Hundred
See?
percent, hundred
Mm-mm.
percent, because your highest self has a very different mission than your mind or free will. We as a human animals and plants don't have the free will. We do. We're the only beings on the
Because we're the
planet
only
that
creatures that speak, which gives
exactly.
us dominion.
And look how balanced they are, and look how messed up we can get, right? Just by thinking alone, our thought can take us in a whole different world, can affect our body, can affect our spirit, and so on. So, very, very important to have the intention and have that intention as your guiding light because that intention will take you and detour you to the place of least resistance, even if it make you feel uncomfortable. But because it is place of least resistance, you will always get what your highest self want, which is always love and abundance. That's it.
what you're seeking, what you're seeking. Yeah, because I believe our soul is thirsty for
Mhm.
certain things, and it came to this journey to quench certain thirst. I really believe that. For me, it's what I believe.
You
But
know,
I
like
will,
I heard, Dr. Lauren, I heard a phrase, and I don't know who said it. I'm just gonna like Google after that. That the reason that the soul came into the physical body to the embodiment is so it can taste the chocolate and know
yeah.
what kiss feels like. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, and I believe that. I really do. I do. And I'll tell you, got back to that need versus want for all of you out there that have children. You know that because I know and this is in my masterclass. I remember I said that when I was a kid and I'd go home to study with kids who had regular houses. When I was like, especially when I was older and in the group home setting, which was like a dormitory, in an institutional setting. I would go home and sometimes I'd hear the parents say to the well, when your friend leaves, you and I need to have a talk. And I'd see the eyes like the pupils dilate. It's different. If you want to get your kids' attention, they're leaving to go somewhere. You don't say, if it's life and death, oh, when you get home, I want to talk to you. You say, when you come back, we need to talk. Now, that whole wherever they're headed, they're going to have a shitty time because they're going to be worried. What did I do?
Oh my
I'm
God, I
in
gotta make sure
trouble.
my kids are not listening.
Because we all knew when a parent says,
Yeah.
we need to talk, it's going down. That is how important it is to move and operate from a place of need. So
Mhm,
back to the praying, back to the
mhm,
manifesting. Manifest what you feel you need. And the
mm,
only way you can do that is to honor and be grateful for what you have
yeah,
because now it shows what's missing. Well,
absolutely.
I've got this, I got a spoon, a fork. Wait, there's not a knife in sight. I need a knife and a plate.
Mhm.
You see?
The needs can only get you so far to the degree of your mind and the program. That's the need. But the desires, the wish, the intention is infinite. It truly is. It's really infinite. And when you have that intention of whatever it could be, physical manifestation, to ease, help yourself to feel better
Okay, wait.
financially, or
But intention must be in alignment
absolutely.
with what is greater than what the master plan is. You call it what you want, but
It has to be in synchronization.
it has to
Absolutely.
be
Yeah.
synchronized, or else it ain't gonna work.
You will, because think about it. The law of manifesting, it's been talked on over how many years, right? I've been since 1996 doing this, and I've been hearing once we have the book, The Secret, and the movies and all of it, right? Manifesting, and people are like, I gotta manifest. But they don't even know where to start. They think, oh, if I'm gonna say the mantra, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, or I'm healed, I'm healed, I'm healed. No, not enough because it's
That's
still
cookie cutter.
exactly.
It's
Not
like
enough.
going
You
through the
gotta go deep.
motions, going through the motions. Well, let's swivel, pivot, if we will, to
Okay.
this thing about. I want to talk about body language.
Okay.
Because when people think they know a lot about body language, this is the only thing they know. Seriously, in most cases, this means you're closed off, and this is a power stance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
there is a lot more. I'll tell you how I know. Every time I have some footage from stage or even things like this, what we're doing here today, when
Yeah.
I go back, because I have a real hard time watching and listening to myself, I cannot do it. And
Really?
no, but I can if I turn the sound off. Because now I'm
Mm.
seeing a side of me because I'm watching and trying to, and I love doing it with other people. I try when, what led me to that was closed captioning.
Gotcha.
Don't turn on the captions, but turn off the sound and see if I can follow. Guess what
That's
they're
very
talking
cool.
about?
Yeah, you activate other senses. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you'd be shocked at how many
Mm.
times you can hit it on the head what they're
Mm.
talking about because of their body language.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? So talk about, because it says on your website that you are a body language expert. How did you become a body language expert?
So
What
again,
qualifies
this
you
is
today?
let's be very upfront and honest. So yes, on the website right now, guys, it says I'm a body language, and I've been a body language. I think we all a body language expert, to be very honest. So this, I want to go a little bit into the terms, if you can. So my background is was in fashion. I was a fashion designer. I did ballroom dancing. I work with models. I did some print modeling. Point is,
Yeah, I know you
I
did.
was a fashion designer and I thought, okay, I want to put on my own shows because I have a vision. And so for me at that time, my focus was only on female. And don't ask me why, ages 40 and up. I wanted four mature women who just have the sass and the clothes represent them. I would never make any dress. It would be old pants wear. Again, have no clue why. But my
Hmm.
higher self probably knew. And then I would just put on the shows. And at that time, when I would put on the shows, I would be very fascinated. Why does someone just stands and then when they start that strut, right? They just flow and they just glow. While other, just as beautiful as the other person, just
Hmm.
like it's
Yeah.
just like you don't want to look. It's like heavy, and not they're heavy, but just the energy is just so. When I had opportunity to train and work with models, I started understanding that it is not about the body. So my focus, yes, I can do the pivot turn, the side steps. I can do all the terminology of the shoulders, of the hips, of the obliques, blah blah blah. Manipulate sort of, kind of the energy, but at the same time wouldn't change or create any effect.
Mm.
Only when I started going deep into ask for them during the walk, asking, who am I? What is my soul like? What do I want to feel like? And we started doing the mirror work, which I was like the Yana difference, which I was very well known for having my classes done in the ballroom type of setting where the student, they would face themselves. It changed everything.
Talk
So
about
I
that.
start
The mirror thing. What are you talking about there?
So when they would look in the mirror, especially when they would walk to themselves, that was the key moment for me to see and for themselves how connected they are to who they are. And what we
Mm.
discovered and they discovered during this is how the whole spiritual world began, because I started understanding, oh my god, that we're not just the body. There's something else that drives us. We're not just the limbs and the joints and the muscles and the glands and the organs. Something else doing all this
Yeah.
programming, right? This beautiful thing above us. So when they would see themselves in front of the mirror as a reflection, you will see people who are very confident will not even look at themselves.
Uh, Stop right there. And because I've been sitting up here going, "Ooh, because I'll tell you why I asked you about that mirror thing. You guys, some of you know this if you know my story. Before I stepped in 2016, when I began this work that I do today, I didn't even have a profile picture on Facebook. It was
Mm,
that silhouette,
mm,
that they give you, that little person. And any pictures anywhere, it was this. And
mm.
I didn't even realize it, but I had been shaving my head and my face, brushing my teeth for over 30 years in the shower because
Not looking, not
I
looking.
never looked in the mirror. I didn't look in windows as I walked
Yeah,
past. No reflective surface
yep,
to get my attention. I hated it. And so I find it so interesting that since 16, I've had, 11 magazine covers. And I would have never thought that I would be the person who would be open to that and feel
yeah,
comfortable doing that.
yeah.
So this really catches my attention when you talk about how certain people cannot go deeper. Why is it that most people that you have encountered that can't look at themselves? What is the root of that?
So let's be honest. When you look at yourself, right? And what do you see? You see your eyes. And
Mm.
there is a saying, eyes are the window to the
Windows to the
soul.
soul. Yeah, I believe that too.
Absolutely. So if you're not in the embody, meaning if your soul is out of your body, that's why it's called, embodiment, with to be in the synchronization with your soul and spirit. And that's what the highest self is.
Yes.
You will be feeling lost. You will feel unworthy. You will feel disconnect. I'm not even talking about the anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, and you will be scattered, right? Ungrounded. So, one word, if we can put it in the word, ungrounded, unearthing. And that's why it's like the root chakra, earthing, the earthing, the earthing. So, when you look in the mirror, you see through you, but there's nobody there at that. Soul is always there, but when you are not in connection, that's it. It's empty space. And at that time, the reason people feel sad, because why you don't look in the mirror, because it's like you want to see some energy, you want to see some reflection. It's
Yeah.
just a features, nothing else.
Now, what about when a person is dealing? I remember this part. I remember because, I had years of depression, horrible depression, where I couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't move. And I literally remember looking in the mirror and just pulling my face and going, why did you give me such an ugly face? Why? What did I do wrong? And I mean, it was real. It was real. There's no way you could have told me that this guy behind me was with me at the time. So I want to ask you this. What do you think is that switch? Like if it was a breaker box, like in your basement for all the power in your house, what would you attribute
That's
that?
a good
What did I
question.
do? What happened that made me
I
change from hating myself to being able to
uh,
see here?
let's see. I want to make sure that I'm not answering from my mind, but from the truth of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I feel, right, is that you came in the moment where everything that got you into that moment was so, it's like a layer of a layer of a layer. And you knew that there is a purpose for you. You didn't know how, you didn't know what, and it was within you. Like you were the purpose to be the voice, the sound, the face, whatever it was. But at that moment, all you knew is you're feeling uncomfortable, you're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, you're
Mm-hmm.
feeling lonely, you're feeling unworthy, inadequate, and the list can go on, right? The list can
Yeah.
go on of the negative trapped emotion. So I
Mm.
believe you came into the moment where you got so low, you couldn't go lower. And that's
Rock bottom.
truly, exactly, that truly. And so I can relate to you. I follow the people. I'm very blunt and open about my own journey. I've had depression. I've had suicidal. I had body
Yeah.
dysmorphia. I've dealt with people who are models, anorexic, bulimia, binge eating. I've had binge eating for gazillions of years myself. I've been on medication. So I've gone through what you're referring. I got so low
Yeah.
where you have nothing else to lose. You're so low at the bottom that the only way is kind of climbing to the top.
Climate.
That's it. That's it.
But
And those people,
some
go
people
ahead.
don't. They check out. They end their lives. And that's the
So,
worst thing that you can
so
do.
when they end their life, I know it sounds, and again, this is a hard topic because I've had a lot of people who lost their life to suicide and
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And I remember my best friend, she committed suicide. I was 16, she was 17. That was the first time that I dealt with death.
Oh.
And I was remembering thinking, like, why did she decided to find this the easier way? So, one very wise teacher of mine told me is that sometimes the soul comes and they have their lesson, and that's all they had, and that's all they need. And they did exactly what they needed. So, like, her death did something for me. So she was the catalyst for my shift.
Mm.
She did something for her mom. Her mom became more spiritual. So you don't know, like, that even those people leave their the being, but they still create an impactful, you know, force upon everyone else's life. And maybe that's exactly what they needed to do.
What they needed to do.
As our
Mm.
because our mind, our body, like, I want her, I don't care about the theory, I want her physically next to me. But it's not so. What she did for me now is greater than any human reincarnation force if she was in physical body still with me, because her impact was so greater.
Yeah. So you'd mentioned at the top of the interview that you do work with both men as well as women, and
And yeah, and
women as
kids.
well as
I love
men.
kids.
Yeah. So and kids. So what is it that the majority of your clients come to you for?
Oh gosh, I deal with all kinds of things. Usually it's the people who've done it all, tried it all, and they're just said, I am done. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to feel physically good. I'm ready to be healthy, happy, but most of all, I'm ready to be my true, authentic
Excel.
self
Mhm.
and live the life that I feel. I don't know how, but I feel that I was meant to be for myself and for the others, for mass consciousness that we all hear, right? The ripple effect, like, right?
Yeah.
It's like you heal you, that you is going to heal someone else, and that someone else going to heal 10, 20 people, and the list goes on. That's truly making someone set the heaven on earth. And so those are the, I call them a light workers, really, the light movers who've been through up and down, hell and back, and they're still, look at you, you're still here talking. And not only you're talking, you're helping, and your vision and mission is so strong because this is your, you've lived your life work. You did it.
It's interesting because really you just described the same thing I say. You guys have seen my commercial for coaching, and I say right in it, the people that find their way to me, surprisingly, a lot of them admit that they're, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream, or so they believe.
Mm.
And so, and there are people who have been navigating within their divine purpose for a long, long time in many cases, but there's still that diving board or that level that they haven't been able to reach. And it's frustrating for them because they don't know, well, what do I need to do now? So, what do you, so
Absolutely.
do you speak on stages and things like that? I'm pretty
You
sure
know,
you do.
I used to, yeah, in my back 2017, 2018, it was the years I spent a lot on media, and I did a lot of touring all over the nation. And then, you know, I speak, but I also love one-on-one work. And I absolutely love working with kids. And my focus lately been is working on understanding the neuroscience behind why we are the way we are. So how science can actually be helpful for us to understand why our body doesn't feel good. Why am I getting cold all the time? Why do I have the migraine? Why is my kids has insomnia or afraid to take tests? So I've been really closely working with negative trapped emotion, imbalances, pathogens, toxin, and it's part of the emotion code and body code. And I'm also certified as a psyche, and that goes into the part of the Dr. Bruce Lipton, part of the epigenetics and neuroscience. So
Genetics, yeah.
or we're going into the deep reprogramming of the mind.
Well, shoot, you're here in Chicago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you need to come to the Power We Symposium in October.
Yeah. I
750
was
kids.
thinking to talk to you about this. I would
Yeah,
love to. I love it.
750 kids, and our theme this year is always together, never alone. To
And
get
I have
kids.
to say, like, this is us, you know, there was, because I was bullied. I don't know. Were you bullied as a child? I was
Oh yeah,
great.
because I'm
I
gay.
was okay. I was
So
overweight as a
sexy,
child.
yeah, I was bullied.
Yeah, I was horribly bullied, and I had actually, to the point I had to drop out of high school. I lost a year, and I graduated high school at 19, which is I was the oldest high school. Yeah, so like it
Yeah.
really affected my life.
Mm.
But what I also learned that my passion was always helping kids. And so I developed a movement for anti-bullying. But the funny thing is, I was not focusing on the people that got bullied, but actually not only the victim, but the bullies.
But the bully
Because
himself, because they're
because it's
usually getting bullied.
underestimated.
A lot of them are
Exactly.
getting bullied somewhere else.
Thank you. Exactly. And I think that the problem is there's so much focuses on the victim. Oh, the child got bullied. And then
And
they
then the bully
dismiss.
never gets right.
Dr. Lauren, exactly. The bully, you need to ask, why do you feel? And the child, and I talk to the children, and they wouldn't even understand what they are doing because
No,
that's the pattern that their friends and the family's doing upon them.
exactly.
So, so for
I
me, I was,
always made friends with my bullies eventually
yes,
because I
because
was curious, why are you so mean? What do you get from it? And then I found out that his mom's boyfriend was sexually molesting him at home,
exactly,
beating him and this and the other, locking him in rooms, all these things,
exactly.
burning him with cigarette butts. One kid took his shoe off and showed me the bottom of his feet, which were all blistered because some neighbor was
Mm,
torturing him, burning his feet, and he was bullying people because he was getting bullied not only by that guy, but he was getting teased by people because he couldn't walk right because his feet had blisters all.
You
It was
see?
just
We cannot judge a book by its cover.
Sure can.
Cannot. And you
So much
never
work.
know. One thing that I learned, you never know what's hidden beneath
Beneath
the
the surface.
exterior. You
That's
never
right.
know.
That's
So
right.
you got to
That's
be
right.
humble and grounded. And usually, when someone is sad, angry, or mad, there's a deep wounds that's
Yep.
seeking for help.
Yep.
I'm with
Yep.
you 100%.
Love it. Love it. Thank you.
Me too.
Listen, we got to have you back because we got cheated out of almost 20 minutes today. So we're going to have
But
to.
I think we did amazing, don't
I do
you?
too. I do too. I just wish it were a little longer, but hey, I'll take it. Listen, all of you underneath, scrolling along, and has been for some time now, is Yana's website. Head over and check out everything Yana German because we've only scratched the surface here today. You're going to be glad you did. I can promise you that. Now, Yana, thank you so much for everything you're doing and everything you're going to continue to do. Love your work. And I definitely want to see if we can get you to the Power We Symposium.
I would love to.
Okay. Listen, you
Beautiful.
guys, tomorrow is going to be a great day here. Friday always is. Come on back. I promise you, God willing, I'll meet you over there on the front porch at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll do it all over again. Another illuminated conversation. And finally, as always, in concluding the show, I say to you, and I mean it from the depths of my spirit, I love you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So there. I'll see you tomorrow. Have the best day ever. Find a little piece of your highest self. Add it to what you already are and watch what happens. Take great to greater, bright to brighter, and smart to smarter. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye, Yana. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Doggone it. This thing.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign.